Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Coffees with James. I'm James, and this show you're watching on Instagram, YouTube, hopefully BitChute if I can get the damn thing to fucking work, is my morning coffee show where I discuss mostly politics or some shit like that. Well, today we're going to be talking about a very special episode, and yes, I promised myself I wasn't going to get back into the ring again. I wasn't going to stick my 2 cents into this again. I wasn't going to get back into the ring, in a sense. I wasn't going to do this one more time, to tell you the truth. Because honestly, by the way, if you're wondering, yes, that is a airsoft rifle. It's not a real rifle whatsoever, so don't panic. First of all, it's decoration. It is just fucking decoration. So anybody panicking that I have an AR-15, that's the most dreaded weapon of them all, up on my wall, I have one in a safe, like a normal fucking human being. So don't act like I'm going to go out and shoot people. Because I'm not. I'm not going out there to harm anybody. Like these looters and rioters. And no, you're not protesters. Protesters do it peacefully. They protest and they do it with some civility. However, and I mean this too, the protesters out there are not really protesting. They're causing violence. And you know, these guys, and I'm going to mention a little name that keeps getting popped up, and that is not Black Lives Matter. No, they're not the terrorist organization. However, there are a few members in that organization that are just pushing violence. And yes, Black Lives Matter. You know what also matters? My life matters. Your life matters. Everybody's lives matter. But to go out, yes, Black Lives Matter, but to go out and harm white people just because bad cops did, and I'm including the cops that do nothing to stop the bad cops, because you know what, don't give me this bullshit that there's good cops. Like, there are good cops, but you know, and the reason why some of those cops don't stop them is because they don't want to lose their job. And you know what, risk your fucking life to stop this shit. And I've been slowly seeing shit like martial law getting into play. People telling people to get back in their homes and gotta lock down because rioters. This is becoming a nightmare scenario, and I'm tired of living in it. You know, yes, what happened to George Floyd, you know, was awful. It was an awful situation. But now, with the rioting in Philadelphia, with the looting, and you're opposed, like, tell me, what is it? How is it that, you know, destroying somebody else's livelihood gonna solve anything? You're like the episode from SpongeBob where SpongeBob warns everybody about the goddamn butterfly, and at the end of the episode, the city's destroyed, and SpongeBob's like, "Yes, Patrick, we did it. We saved the city." He didn't save the city. He destroyed it. You know? Because the thing looks scary. And you know what's something? It pisses me off to see shit like this. It pisses me off. You know? Like, look, I get it. Everybody's angry. Everybody's upset. But to go rioting. And I'm going to mention the terrorist group that nobody wants to mention or acknowledge. Antifa. Antifa is a fucking terrorist organization. And I've been getting into fights with people on Facebook, which is a toxic site. Thankfully, I'm not on Twitter. Well, excuse me. I only use Twitter for porn because that's the only good thing it has. And excuse me if you think that was a little disgusting to hear, but if you go on Twitter, you know, you're not allowed to discuss anything conservative or anything that's against the fucking mainstream media or anything that Jack Dorsey doesn't approve of. But, you know, bare naked ladies and bare naked men are okay. You know, which is not a bad thing, but, you know, Instagram at least has some, like, modesty a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they have some people who are posting lewds and stuff like that, but at least they have some modesty. And there's also people on that website who are posting, you know, conservative, different points of view. They're getting the message out, what's going on. I mean, look, it's not... this whole thing is starting to turn into a fucking civil war scenario, and it's starting to be bad. And you know, Tim Pool was right, but we got to get out of this. We got to just reverse this. It's like, this is what the globalists want. This is what, and yeah, I keep mentioning this. You know, I got into an argument about with a friend of mine, with my friend Ben on Facebook. I don't think we're going to be friends for long, but he made a comment on a video that I released about the rioting, and he's like, "Oh, I guess police brutality is so much better." None of it's better, you dumb fuck. Police brutality or fucking riots. So your answer is just more violence? I'm sorry, but you know what? Yes, we have a problem in this country with police brutality and police stepping over their boundaries. We've now noticed it with this fucking lockdown shit. People have starting to wake the fuck up about that shit. You know, and the reason why people were not, like, up in arms about it, it was the fact that, like, some, you know, when people talk about, like, the police brutality, but yeah, they don't want to talk about how uncivil some of the, you know, communities are. You know, what about, you know what, here's another one. There was a story in Philadelphia. A kid, a black police officer, you know, was going into a GameStop to buy his son a video game because he got good grades. He was rewarding his son for doing the right thing, getting good grades, studying, working hard. And a black officer, too, by the way, walks in, and then all of a sudden he gets gunned down. And everybody, like, it doesn't travel on. It's like, why the fuck then are you, like... So it's okay for policemen to get hurt and bruised, you know, we can blame the policemen for all the shit they do, you know, but one of the, like... and it sounds like I'm taking the police side on this. Not right now. I don't take the police side on this, and I neither take, you know, the side of the violence that's going on. And especially when Antifa is promoting this and egging on black people to fucking loot and riot. These white, communistic, liberal professors who are going around, you know, egging black people to go loot, tear down the system, destroy things. You know, granted, I've been getting into an argument with some friends of mine about this, and... you know, black people are very prideful, and don't get me wrong, it's okay. It's like, you know what, be you. I don't care, and I like it. I like, you know, they have a certain thing, you know, the style, you know, a certain bravado that can, you know, take them a lot of places. But, you know, pride is a killer. Pride is a big killer, and it's okay to be black. It's okay to be white, too. It's okay to be Asian, gay, Latino, woman, man, whatever, black Republican, white Republican, blue Republican, who cares? You know, blue or Democrat for that matter. You know, it's, you know, we're being slowly separated. And this rioting thing has gotten far enough. I mean, I went to the Wawa and all the other shops to get milk. Just one fucking item. You know, I wanted to get some milk, some whole milk, and guess what? It was all sold out. It was all sold out because the looters, fucking God, and they're gonna come to white suburbia. Oh, tell me, how does fucking destroying somebody's home in suburbia fucking affect anything? And by the way, to anybody who's thinking, and I'm not talking to the Black Lives Matter, you're not the problem here. It's the fucking Antifa who keeps egging you on, dressed up in black, telling you to go do this shit. By the way, Antifa, I don't fuck around. I will pop your ass. You threaten my home, I will defend it. because I'm sick and fucking tired of this shit. I'm tired of the gyms, everything being closed because of the coronavirus, which, by the way, nobody gave a shit about anymore. I'm sick and tired of, people getting angry over this shit instead of finding a peaceful solution to anything anymore. I'm tired of people using violence. I'm tired of people blaming Donald Trump because he's a Nazi. He's a Nazi fascist. He's a bad man. He's a corporate evil. First of all, Hitler wasn't a corporate man. Hitler was a fucking art student. Indeed, people don't want to remember that, but he was an art student who decided because nobody wanted his art anyway. He was a good artist that got rejected. That's it. And he watched Germany burn. That was it. And he wanted to raise it up. But, and your comment about him and Donald Trump being literally Hitler because what? Because what? He wants to put borders around us? He wants to seal it off and make it a little bit more secure? He's promoting pro-American. He's not bending the knee to communist China, which, by the way, communism doesn't help anybody. It doesn't at all. It doesn't promote anybody, and especially black people, especially people of color, because it doesn't promote it doesn't promote them. In fact, they just use you to egg on the fight. They're going to use you, and then they're going to throw you away. At least, in this country, you're part of the system, man. You're part of this game. You want to talk about this being a white man's game? No, it's not a white man's game. It's a fucking game. You just put the white there so you can exclude yourselves, like your communities do. They exclude you from playing this game. No, my friend, you're part of this game, and you've been playing for a while, and you've been losing because you haven't been participating as well. You've been a source, and I mean it too. Don't give me this bullshit because they want to put you down. Then dress properly. Read. Educate yourselves. Work hard in school. Even though they're not teaching you what they need to teach you. Study. And yes, get into politics. And learn learn the opposition of what this is over here. And by the way, little history lesson. You can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I'm not. The Democrats were the founding fathers of the Ku Klux Klan. And don't get me started with the whole, our founding fathers were racist and slave owners. Well, because it was appropriate at the time. But then people started realizing maybe this is not a good idea. And mostly, I'm going to piss people off, but slavery, the Civil War was not mostly about slavery, but resources too, and about production. So yeah, but slavery was a part of that too. Not to say it was, again, do your research about what was going on back in, the time. Do your research, correct me. Go down to the comments. Do you find the history? And I'm not saying just a quick Google search, but just really go in depth on this. It's just absolutely insane nowadays. We gotta worry about Antifa, this so-called anti-fascist group. They're not anti-fascists. They're anti-American. And then, this whole idea that communism is going to save us. You have to unite to the Communist Party. I'm sorry, but you know what? Fuck communism. Communism is a cancer upon the world. Take a look at China. You talk about how great, these socialist countries are, and guess what? Switzerland's not socialist. Fucking China's not socialist. It's communist, and they don't like it. Why do you think so many people from China flee from their country to the United States to get a better opportunity? Because China sucks, and I don't mean it in a bad sense. It's great culture, great people, but their government is absolutely insane. And nobody gets it. Because they don't, want to do the research. They've been told these lies. And by the way, mainstream media, yes, Susan Gizeski, yes, Jack Dorsey, yes, CNN, yes, MSNBC, and every other fucking alphabet gang out there, including Hollywood, the bunch of satanic pedophile motherfuckers. Yes. I don't think all of them are pedophiles. I don't think them all of them are Satan, devil worshiper, pedophilics. No, some of them are. They're Republicans, and we need to come back to that too. I'll come back to that in just a moment. But you know, they're all being bought out by China, and they're being fed the propaganda, so we can be, you know, they can destroy us. And that's how you destroy a nation, through propaganda and lies. And you know what? I'm done. I'm done with the lies and propaganda. You know, I promised myself I wouldn't step back into the ring again. But you know what? I was going to take a week off, but no, I can't stop fighting. You know, I want to do Dreams About My Brother, which I have that video up, and now I got to do the other video, hopefully this week. But damn, man. Damn. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane, and I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of, you know, dealing with the food shortage. Like, really? And you know what? I'm sorry, but nobody gave a shit about coronavirus because everybody was starting to not buy that lie. And guess what? You think about this whole lie, this whole fucking coronavirus lie didn't work, and now they're promoting this whole death of a cop, like the, you know, not death of a cop, but fuck you know what I mean, the whole George Floyd thing. Yes, bad thing. It was a bad thing, but they are amping this up so you can go out. Tell me, how is looting Target? How is getting your Jordans, you know, because everybody needs those fucking overrated, overpriced, ugly ass shoes, gonna solve anything? You only are, the people who fucking do that are opportunists. That's what they are. I'm sorry, but you are. You're opportunists. You just found the right moment and you decided to destroy everything. You decided to steal because you couldn't afford those Jordans. Maybe you shouldn't get those Jordans because maybe they're just high dollar, overpriced shoes to an overrated basketball player. Excuse me for saying that, but you know what? Or this is another thing I've been noticing. Why do you need those high dollar shit like Beats headphones or Jordans or anything that has a high dollar to it? Like, granted, I think I've tried Beat Jordans, I've tried Beat headphones, and they're good. I've seen Jordans, and honestly, I don't care for shoes. I mean, they're like, to me, it's practicality. I mean, look at this. I have Brahmins. I have Brahmin boots, and these are steel-toed. They're nice. You know, my sneakers, I don't buy expensive sneakers. I buy cheap pair of sneakers because they go quickly, and I use them for running and stuff like that. In fact, I use Vibram toe shoes to run. Yes, go laugh at me. But I'm so done. And Antifa, and I should be talking more about Antifa, but they're the real cause of this. They're the real cause of this. They're the useful idiots who are promoting it. By the way, they're white liberals, professors, who are telling you to go out and destroy things because, you know, we got to tear the system back down and build a new one. You know what the new one is? Communism. And it's a lot worse than anything you can imagine, especially if you're black, because you know, they don't give a shit. They're also racist as well. Communists are also racist. And think about this for a moment. Talk to any of your liberal white friends. How many times have they just done a black joke or something that's a little off-colored? You know, no pun intended. That, you know, they said something and it's like, well, I could say that because I support black people. It's like, no, it's like the same person who has like a, you know, well, I have black friends who, you know, or I have gay friends and I can say this. Yes, I have gay friends. I have black friends. But you know what, something, I say the F word because it describes a certain certain person, you know, and I know many of gay people, but they're not the F word in my mind. They're not the F word because you want to know why? Because they're cool motherfuckers. They're homies. They're real samurais. And I have black friends too, and they're real motherfuckers too. They're real samurais. All of them are real samurais. So fucking tired of this shit. I am. I want my life to get back to order. I want to go back to the gym. I want to lift weights. I want to push. I want to move the mountain. I'm tired of running and trying to do shit in a fucking crowded area. I'm developing fucking claustrophobia because I have to wear a mask to go inside. I have to be inside. I have to work around everybody who just doesn't give a shit and taking health advice from people who sit around eating M&Ms and drinking beer all day. Not all day, excuse me. That was a rude comment. Not everybody's drinking alcohol all day. Everybody knows the rule that 5 o'clock is 5 o'clock. And no, I don't care if it's beer 30. 5 o'clock is the proper time to have a beer. Okay? I'm not taking my health advice from people who won't even, manage their own weight and their own body. So please, back the fuck up now. You don't get to say shit anymore. Then I had to kill some of my vices too. I'll tell you that much, and I will tell you June 11th if we're still here. So, and again, like Al Pacino in Godfather, once I thought I was out, they pull me back in. You may think I'm racist or some shit like that because I'm not. And again, I support black people. I support the black, I support you. Honestly, I support what you gotta do. I support when somebody needs to get out of that situation. I've been in toxic situations. I've been in toxic situations before, or I've been around toxic people. You think, think about this for a moment, because they all say, well, it's a rich man's game. We, as white people, we call it the rich man's game. You call it the white man's game, but it's a game. It's a game, my friend, and we're all failing at it. The hustle is real. You gotta find out what makes you tick, what makes you go. Like, you know why this person's rich? You wanna know why? Because he worked hard, not because he joined a little organization. No, he educated himself. He got away from toxic people. He dressed British and thought Yiddish. Think about that for a moment. Think about that. You know why so many people are making jokes about, the baggy pants thing? Because it's disgusting. And by the way, baggy pants is a prison thing. The baggy pants exposing the underwear, that's a prison thing where it shows to other prisoners that you like taking it in the ass. And it depends on how lengthy it is. So dress like a decent human being, all right? And people are afraid that we might go back to 1950s America where it was like racist, but it's like, really? No, we don't want that. We want the class back. You know what I mean? The classiness back. Dressing properly, taking care of yourself, not indulging in alcohol, not, cleaning up the neighborhood, whatever neighborhood you live in. I don't care if it's in Philadelphia or in Chalfont. Clean up your neighborhood, make sure there's no trash, make it look tidy, community. It's all about that, man. It's all about that. I'm not, and again, if I sound like a racist, then I'm not. Go ahead, call me a racist, because that's your only argument for me. But ask me this. How many times have you, how many times have you told that it was a white man's game in your community? Go to the store, go talk to your friends, go talk to everybody there, and ask me this. How many times have you heard that? And then think about this. Ask yourself this question. Is it really a white man's game? Or is it just a game that I'm not playing properly? Because we're all involved with this, my friend. We all are. Take a look at the people. Take a look at the black people that have been very successful. What are they doing? What are they doing that you're not doing? And what I said before. Dress properly. And some of you don't have a figure that, again, I'm going to go with the stereotype of the father figure. Some of you, get your, your father figures from, bad influences. I say go to, the fictional influences. Go to people, you could see as being a better father figure. Look at the better examples. I mean, those are better father figures in my mind. If you go to like fiction or something, stuff like that, go see a real father for a change, and then be like, okay, this is what a real man does. He doesn't try to act like a criminal, or he doesn't try to act like a thug. He acts like a gentleman. He acts like a. There's a great movie I think everybody should watch, and it's called Kingsman, and it's a great movie, and it's basically like another great movies, Kingsman, My Fair Lady, Pretty Woman, Trading Places, where they take a low-class person and then they, not low-class, but a lower-class individual, and they bring them and they prop them up as a upper-class person. They tell them how they teach them how to dress, act, and proper. It's all about that. We should bring that back. And again, and stop listening to Antifa. Antifa staged these riots. And I gotta make another video talking about this, so I'll see you in the next video. Take care, love you, and bye. Remember, stay beautiful, okay? And stay nice, okay?